Alright, thank you for joining us for this third video tutorial of creating a website using WordPress and the Avada theme. This is Alan Mcnab with imagebuildingmedia.com. Already in our previous tutorials we have installed WordPress and we've installed Avada. Now we're going to start setting up the website. First thing I'm going to do is set our permalinks. This will structure how the links appear in the URL. So I'm going to go to settings. I'm going to go down to permalinks. While that's going over there, I'm going to hang on one second. I've got to go capture this. Alright, very good. I brought up this info sheet. I'll post these things with the video. I'm going to copy this right here so I can paste the permalinks here. And whatever you have here, just put the custom structure and paste that right there. And this will have the URL, the category with the post category, and then the post name. And we typically structure it this way because we structure our categories in a way that helps our SEO. Alright, and then of course I want to just save those changes, and that'll take just a moment. Alright, the next thing is I want to show you how to update your Avada theme. This is real super important because updates come out on a regular basis. In previous, I'm going to just click Avada and support right there. Previous video tutorials showed you how to set up your registration. And so you just click on support and you go down here. You see I've already applied these patches, but just go through here. If you have any patches that aren't applied, just do them one at a time. These are super important. Google has recently changed the way it uses the Google Maps, and we now have to have an API key put in there, so this patch allows us to do that. So these are very important. And anytime you have a problem, come over here. Make sure you're up to date with all of this. That'll help you out a lot. Alright, so next thing we're going to do is we're going to go and install plugins. So I'm here with Avada, and go to plugins. And you'll see the list here. Alright, so the required plugin is the Fusion Core. This will add the software that helps you with doing the layouts and the drag and drop functionality. When that's done, click Return to Required Plugins Installer. Alright, so I'm going to install Layer Slider. Layer Slider is used a great deal with these pages that we're going to be looking at. I want to go back here again, and I'm going to install Slider Revolution because we use that quite a bit. And again, I'm going to go back. And I'm not going to install WooCommerce, although we're going to add Ecommerce to this website. We'll deal with that later. We're not going to use BuddyPress or Events Calendar, but we are going to use Contact Form 7, so I'll click Install there. Alright, so now I'm going to go down here on the left-hand side and click Plugins, because there's some other plugins, other software we want to install. And I'll include this with the documentation with the video, but here is a list of these right now. I'll go through the list. Captcha by BestWebSoft allows us to put Captcha on the website. Contact Form 7 we already installed through Avada. Duplicate Post. Duplicate Post allows us to quickly make a copy of a post so that we could use for something else. Enable Media Replace. That lets us replace images very quickly. Flamingo requires no setup other than installation, and it keeps a copy of emails sent through contact form 7 through the website. It keeps a copy on the website. It's handy for referencing and as a backup. Redirection allows us to set redirections if we change the URL of a page or a post, and inevitably that's going to happen, so we go on and set that up. TinyMCE Advanced, that is editor that we like to use, so we set that up. WP Performance Score Booster, this helps with speed and SEO. WP Super Cache we will install but not activate. That's a caching program. We don't want to deal with cache till after everything is done with the website. Likewise with WP Super Cache, clear all cache, puts a button there to make it very easy to clear the cache. We will install it but not activate it until we're completely done with the website. Yoast SEO, we'll go on and install and activate. I'll show you more about how to use that with other videos. Google Analytics by MonsterInsights. This is the plugin that we can use to connect to Google Analytics. We'll install it and activate it, but we will show you how to use it with another video. Generate thumbnails whenever you install an Avada demo. We have to use that plugin. Alright, so I'm just going to copy the first one. I'm going to come over to our website. I'm going to click Add New. And then I'm going to just paste what we copied there. And it will look for this plugin. I'm going to say Install. And I'm going to say Activate. Now while it's doing that, I'm just going to come over and copy our next one. Again, contact form 7 has already been installed. Copy duplicate post. I'm going to come over, click Add New. And going to paste that. I'm going to install. And I'm going to activate. I want to continue doing this through all of these. Remember, my preference is not to activate either the caching plugins. We'll do that at the end of the project when everything's been done, so we don't have to constantly be clearing the cache. So I'm going to pause you for right now, and you can continue installing your plugins as I do mine, and I'll catch up with you in just a little bit. Alright, welcome back. Alan Mcnab back with you with imagebuildingmedia.com, and we've installed the plugins, and you can just scroll down here, and you can see that there's a blue line beside all of them except for the caching ones, so they're all installed, activated. We don't have this one at the top activated yet either. Now the next thing we want to do is we want to install the travel demo. So we go to Avada, we go to Install Demos. And we're going to scroll down. We're going to look at the travel demo. Again, we encourage you to be looking at all of these, or at least a great deal of them. You'll learn a lot as you see how these are set up. All right, so you could preview it if you want to look at it. We're just going to go on it this time and install it. It'll give you information here about the resources that are needed if you don't have the resources up high enough. You can go and do that at this time, but perhaps with your hosting service you can't get all of these set, and if not, just give it a try anyway. Alright, this will take just a moment. We'll get a check mark here when that is all done. And the next thing we're going to do, anytime you install an Avada demo, we need to go and regenerate the thumbnails. So we're going to come down over here to plugins, click on that. Oh, excuse me, wrong thing. Sorry about that. We need to go down to Tools. And to Regen Thumbnails. Alright, so I'm just going to click here to regenerate thumbnails. It'll take just a moment to do that. And so I'm going to pause you while the system is redoing that, and I'll join back with you in just a moment. Alright, so I'm back with you, and you see that we had no failures here. And so we are ready to continue. I want to show you now the website as it stands right now. I hovered over Avada Travel, and I am right-clicking to open in a new tab with a PC. Again, my system runs a little slower because I'm recording a high-quality video while we're doing this, and we're not running any cache at this time. So you see the setup that we have here, and scroll down and see all of this. All right, now you can click around at the pages and see what we've got here. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to begin taking the demo and changing it around to what we want to use for this website. We're not making a travel website, so we're not going to use the destinations. We're not including a blog right now, so if we do later we can add that. And we're not taking any reservations. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get rid of the pages that we don't need, and also the menu. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to first go to Posts with the blog. And if you don't know, with WordPress, posts are used for the blog. Pages are those other pages such as Home, About, that are not related to a blog. Alright, so you see there's 9 published here. We're not going to have a blog right now on this website, so I'm going to just click here. All of them are clicked below. I'm going to move to trash. I'm going to apply that. And I'm going to, I'm not going to empty the trash right now. I'm going to leave these pages in case I perhaps want to reference one of them later. Posts, excuse me. Now I'm going to go to Pages. Before I did that, let me correct one thing here. I'm going to go to Categories, because with posts there are categories set up. I'm going to highlight, I'm going to delete all these categories. So this is all cleared out. If we do start a blog with this website, we can start all fresh. Alright, so I'll just go on and click Media and show you this for a moment. Now these are all the images that the demo put on the website. I'm going to leave them all in there so that everything works correctly at this point. What I'll do is when we are completely done with the website, I'll come in here and I'll delete all of these images. But we'll leave them on for now so the website, the portion we're using, continues to function with the images there. Alright, now I'm going to go to Pages. Alright, so we're not using the blog, make reservation, our destinations, or travel blog. We're going to use the Home and the About Us. So I'm going to move to trash here. Alright, very good. I'm going to go down to the menu, which is, to do that, I go Appearance, and then I go Menus. And now I'm going to delete the menu items we're not using. So I'm going to open up Destinations, click Remove, do the same thing for Blog, and do the same thing for Reservations. Save Menu. Alright, now I'm going to go down near the bottom and a Fusion slider. Fusion sliders are used on many of these pages. So what I'm going to do is we've got two things here. We've got the slides and we have the sliders. Let me go to sliders first and show you that. There can be numerous slides on a single slider. Alright, so here are our sliders. Now we're not using the blog, destinations, or reservations. All these pages had a slider at the top, and so we're not using those. And I'm going to delete. Double checking myself. Okay, good to go. Alright, now let's go to the slides. Now these sliders had only one slide each. You can put multiple slides that do different things, but these only had one slide each. So let's delete the slides we don't need. We don't need blog, reservation, destination. That just leaves home and about. And move to trash. Apply that. Very good. All right, let's look at our website now, and let's reload. Very good. All right, so we've got our home page, we've got our about page, and we've got our menu that has been changed. All right, the next thing let's do is let's change our logo. And to do that, you will need a you'll need a logo file. It'll need to be an image. It'll need to be a PNG so that it's a transparent background. So if you don't have that right now, let's go on and make that. If you want to, just for now, you can just use just put your name, create an image with your name on it, make the font white, and then have whatever program you're using, have it create a PNG with a transparent background. So I'll pause you right now. I'll get ready to show you how to do that. Alright, back with you. We have our logo PNG. I've gone to Avada, Theme Options, Logo. You can see the setting of the logo. Of course, you can change these settings. If you want to, if you change these things around, you want to go back to what came with the demo, just click Reset Section. If you really get in a mess and you just want to reset all of the options with the entire theme here, just click Reset All. Okay, so you can see we've got the logo here. We've got a place to put the default one, then the Retina one, which is twice the size. That may work better with the Apple products. So you can put your regular size here, your 2x size here, and what we would do is not mess with any 2x sizes until we know we've got what we want, and then we'll go through and make any changes like that. So in case we do need to change this logo, it doesn't take so long to do. Alright, so I just the default logo, I just removed that. Now I'm going to upload. And of course, if this is already here with the media library, I could go on and choose here. Of course, it's not. We just created it. So we're going to click Upload Files, and then we're going to say Select Files. All right, I'm going to come over here. You just navigate on your computer wherever that is, and click on it, and then click Open. Now you can put a title here with that, and for right now I'm just going to put logo, and you can put your alt text there, description, and I'm just going to click select right now. Alright, so you can see that that is there, and I'm going to save changes. Now I'm going to go and reload. All right, very good. So that just got us something there to start with, and we can perfect that as we go, but we've got something to get started with. Notice if you hover over that, you can click and go home. As a result of that, some websites don't put the home up in the nav bar because folks usually know just click the logo. All right, now the next thing I'm going to do before I begin changing or showing you how to change these pages, I'm going to create a contact page. And to do that, I'm just going to come right here. I'm going to go to Pages. And this page is about, says About Us. I'm just going to add New. And I'm going to as soon as that fully loads up, name of the page is Contacts. For right now, I'm going to put I will put name, address, phone, and fill that in later. And the name I will make, well, I'll decide what to do with this later in formatting. All right, so I'm just going to publish this. And of course I need to go down here to Appearance and then to Menus. As soon as we get everything loaded back up here. I'm going to go over to Menus. And then I'm going to add this. I'm going to click the contacts, add to menu. Puts it at the bottom. I'm going to go on. You see this is upper and lowercase. Right now I'm going to change, no, I'll stay consistent. Usually like to just use a CSS to control that, but I'll just stay consistent for the purpose of the demo here. Alright, so we've got all this right here. Save menu. Of course, you can reload this, and you'll see that come up. All right, so now I'm going to take just a moment, and I'm going to prepare to show you a couple of things as far as changing this up and making it your own. So I'll just leave you for just a moment and come right back. All right, now we're going to show you how to make some basic changes. I'm going to go down to the bottom of the page, and we have this whole bottom area. That's the footer, and there's three component parts to it. They've got the logo, they've got basic menu, copyright statement, credit, and social media icons. So let me show you how to make these changes right here. Alright, so I'm at Avada Theme Options, and we're going to I'm going to go down to social media first. And for your social media icons, we've already got in here Facebook, RSS, Twitter, Tumblr. So if you wanted to keep your Facebook, you would just go back and then just put in whatever your URL is to your Facebook business page, whatever Facebook page you want to put in there. Go to the RSS. Let's say, for example, you didn't want to have your RSS in there. Just click delete. For Twitter, same thing. Same thing goes. If you want to keep your Twitter, just put your Twitter URL. Just go to your Twitter account, copy the URL, and put it there. Let's say right here with this one, with Tumblr, let's say you did not want that one, but let's say you wanted to add a different one. Click Add, and then you can click the drop down right here, and you've got a long list of what you can go in there, including custom. So just pick what you want, put in the URL, and you're good to go. When you're done, just click Add. All right. The next thing let's address is the footer. We'll refresh later. Let's address the copyright. So I'm in the theme settings, and we're going to just go to footer, click on that, and you'll notice there are all sorts of settings. If you want to use a background image, if you've got options for styling, but for right now, let's just keep what we've got. And this is the copyright and accreditation here, and we're going to change this, of course. What I'm going to do, I'm going to copy this whole thing. I'm going to put it in a text editor such as Notepad, so that I can see exactly what's happening, and it will strip all codes out of there. I don't need to worry about that. All right, so the copyright says from 2012 to 2016, and of course this website's just starting right now, so I'm going to delete 2012, so it's just going to say copyright, and this is a small script that's going to automatically put the current year in there. So when it changes to 2017, you don't need to worry about it. That will be automatic. All right, so let's say that that was with yours. Instead of you just want to have your company name. In other words, copyright 2016. Company name, all rights reserved. All right, so you've got that in there. Now let's say that, for example, you want to make your company name. You want to make your company name a link to your homepage. And so what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to copy this right here to make it nice and easy. This is where Theme Fusion, in the original one, create a link. I'm just going to replace that right there. And now you're going HTTP, just get your URL. I'm going to come over here and just get this one really quick. Just get your URL right there. Double check it. Target blank means open a new page. I'm not going to do that because we're staying on our website here. And then just put your company name there. All rights reserved. I'm just going to take this and copy it. I'm going to delete the one that is here. Paste. Save changes. Alright, now I'm going to come over here. I'm going to reload this page so that we can see the changes that we made. And of course, anytime you create a page, you create a link, you want to make sure you check that. All right, so you see we've got here our social media. You see here we've got Copyright 2016. Inner Peace Therapy is the name of this website, and just click on that. It just simply takes us to the home page. All right, so we're good to go there. All right, so now let's go down again to the footer. And now we're going to change this section here. Of course, you can put anything here that you want. It's totally up to you. What I'm going to do, I'm going to change the logo. I'm going to put the logo that we're using right here, show you how to do that. And then I will change these links right here. All right, so for this, we go to Appearance, and we go to Widgets. And this is the first time we've talked about widgets. Blog sidebar, we're not using anything there for right now, so I'm just going to leave those there for right now. This is the footer widget though. So I'm going to open that up, and there is a plain text widget which we're able to use HTML. And what we're going to do is we're just going to copy this right here. I'm again going to put that in an editor, so that we can look at that. All right, so basically all we're going to do here is just take this and just change it to what we want it to be. All right, so of course here at the top in our demo that we're using, there is the Avada. There is the Avada image there, and it is linked. Of course, it links to the Avada travel demo. All right. So first thing is I'm going to change the link to this website. So I'm going to copy that. I'm going to go here. I'm going to replace the Avada themefusion.com demos/travel just to the home page of our website. All right, and the next thing you notice is that here is the HTML for the location of the logo. So I'm going to go to the back end of the website. I want to go to Media. I'm going to go to this logo image. It's right here. I'm going to copy this URL right here. All right, let's do it again. Very good. Copy. Going to come over here, and of course their image is located on ThemeFusion. I'm going to just replace that URL with our URL. All right, so that deals with the logo image. This next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take their URLs. Now they've got, let's go over to, just go over to the website and check that again. They've got home, about us. Now we're not using destinations, we're using contact. We're not using blog, we're not using reservation. So we're basically going to take home and about us, we're going to change the URL, we're going to take destinations and change it to contact. All right, so we're done with this. All right. So the first thing we have here is we've got home. Of course, that goes to ThemeFusion. We don't need. We're just going to copy from here above with the image our URL to the home page. That's home for us. The next one is About Us. Now, I'm just going to take this front, replace it, because we're still using the About Us page / about-us. We're good to go. Now the next one is what their destination. They've got their destination. We're going to /contact. Now if you didn't remember the URL, just simply come up here, go to contact page, or you could just right click with a PC and copy the link from there. Just highlight, copy, come over here, and I'll just show you right here. I'll redo this link right here. There you go. And of course now it's not called destinations, it's called contact. Alright, so now we need to delete contact over there. We need to delete over here through reservations, and we'll leave our closing for the div. And just going to double check here. Okay, first line looks okay. Second line. Third line looks okay. Just going to copy. Going to go back over here. We were at Avada, theme options. Do again. Theme options. Oh, excuse me. No, we weren't. We were in widgets. So we go appearance, widgets, and we went to the bottom. Open that widget, open the text widget, delete, paste, everything looks good, save. And go to front end of our website so that we can double check. Scroll down and you see we've got that. I won't take time now to actually click on these links, but I will hover over them and we're looking good. Alright, now the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to make changes to these pages. I'll just sort of review one of them, probably the home page, and that will show you how to do some things here. And then after that we will set up the contact page, and we'll probably put a Google map in there, which means I'll show you how to go to Google, get your API key, put it in the website, and you're good to go with that. I'm going to pause for just a second. I'm going to do some house cleaning here, get ready to show you the next thing, and before you know it, we're going to be all done here and you're going to have a great looking website. Alright, welcome back. This again is Alan Mcnab with imagebuildingmedia.com, and I'm going to show you how to change some of these pages. Alright, so we're going to mess with the home page, and the home and the about page are already set up. Contact page is a different issue. And both with the home page and the about page, there is a large picture here. There's top text that's larger, smaller text, and on the home page there is a button. So let's on both the home, the about, there is a Fusion slider. That's what does this. So we're going to go and look at the Fusion slider. First of all, I'm going to click on Add or Edit Sliders just to remind you that the slider for the Home and for the About pages are already set up. Remember that each of the sliders has only one slide. There can be multiple slides there, but only one slide. So let's start by looking at the Home page slider. Alright, so notice that the background type is an image. Could be video, 3 options there for videos. And notice there's a note here, if it is an image, to set the featured image. That's right here. And I'll show you how that works. I'll just remove that. And let's say we're going to set it, and you could set it by uploading a new image or just picking something that's here. And I'll just pick the one that we have been using before. Alright, so now let's say you want a different image, then of course you need to find an image. It's usually good to use something that is the same size or close to the same size that they're using on the website here already. So I'm going to click Media. I'm going to show you how to go and find that size. I clicked Media. I'm going to click on the image. And you see the image being used there right now is 1900 by 1169. So that gives you a good idea what you're looking at. You're going to want something that is similar to that, and you can try some different sizes, and they're probably going to work just fine. But that gives you an idea what you're looking at. Now, if you wanted a different image, number one, let me warn you to make sure you use an image that you have rights to use, because indeed you will be charged with a penalty for copyright infringement. And a website we use to go and get images from time to time, well, quite often actually, 123rf.com. And you can go here or to any of the other websites, and you can find an image that works well for you, and you can download a copy. I'll just look up a word there, and you can go and you can find an image that works for you. And I'm just going to pick arbitrarily pick the first image there, and you see the different sizes that are available. And so you know that you're going to want to go up to the large one here with this website, 2507 to 1673. And I would, if I were going to use this image, then I would purchase it. Make sure you check the copyright with any website you do purchase an image to make sure that you can use it. Rarely, almost never, are you going to be able to use an image for a logo. There's some images that will be restricted to only some uses, and there will be other images that will allow you to use it more liberally. So make sure you understand that. You don't want to be penalized with a fine for that. Alright, so once you have the image, you're going to want to take the image. You're going to want to use an image editor, photo editor, Photoshop. That's what we use, but there are other free options out there. And when you use Photoshop or whatever you use, you typically do not need a super high quality rendering of the image. It is just a background image. You're going to be better off if you don't have any writing on the image and you've got some open space, because you're going to have writing here that you are going to want to overlay on that. So typically we would try working with an image that is 30% quality, which is going to drastically lower the file size, which is important for your website to operate with a good speed. And of course, speed of the website does affect your search engine ranking. So you usually don't need a high quality image, just about 30% does. And the other thing is make sure, number one, it's a JPEG, you don't need a PNG because it's not transparent. JPEG is going to be a smaller file size. And also make sure that your photo editor, image editor, is set to render it progressive scan, and that will also speed up the load times. That's just a little information about images there. Now and just a little bit more on images while I'm on the topic. Typically for an image you're going to use on a blog or something, 60% quality is good enough. The absolute highest quality would only be needed if it was an image that had text to be clearly read, such if you were using had text on your logo, you would want that the highest quality for that, so the text was clear. And also you always want progressive scan so that your load time is faster. All right, so once you have an image that you want to use, as I had already shown you, you just replace that. Just replace the featured image. I'll go back down here. We're looking at slides. Just replace the featured image. Here's the home page. And that will be that. You select the slider that this is applicable for. Of course, it's for home. You select the alignment, and usually for a background image like this, you're going to want center alignment. And here you select the heading area. This is the top larger text, what you want it to say. Not a separator here. We're using 70 pixel font. The color is FFF, which is white. There's no background to it. And here we type in the caption, and that's the smaller text. Again, no separator. Font size is 30 pixels. Color is white. No background. All right, so this is where you have the button, and this is just uses the button that's been set up with the CSS. Notice your URL here. So if you wanted this to go to a different page, just like we were working with links in HTML already and making some of the other changes, you would just come in here and you would make that change. And this one goes to our destination, and let's say we just wanted it to go to contact. For this website, we're going to again set up Ecommerce, so we'll probably do something there in regards to that. But for right now, we'll just have it go to the contact page, and we'll just have all caps. Let me change that. You know, some sort of call to action. Buy now, contact us, get started now. Whatever you want to use with that. You could set up a second button. There's information for that. If you wanted to have, for example, one button would be perhaps open up a video, another would be a call to action of some sorts. All right, so with that, we update. And as soon as that's done, we can come over here and we can check the website. Just reload the home page. And that'll take a moment, especially since I'm recording a high quality video here. And you see the contact us there, and you can also see at the bottom the link there. You can see in this area when it pops up that the link there goes to /contact. All right. So you know, that's how you make those changes. Now let's talk about the home page some more. You see here in the next section, this is where you have to use your imagination and how you're going to design it and how many pages you have. Quite honestly, you can see what we have here with this. We have an image and then information about who we are. Separator. You've got some sort of tagline there, and you've got some text on the right and on the left, and then you go down to the next section. So let's go into the back end, and let's go to the pages. And this is where it is of great value to spend some time and to see the many wonderful things you can do that's built in with Avada. And also with that, get some ideas. First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to click clone here, since we had set up the plugin that allows us to do that. Now this, you see, it's a draft, and I'm going to hover, do quick edit. Okay, it's just going to brought me to the page to do the full edit there, so I must have my cursor slightly off. I'm going to change, as soon as this loads up here, I want to change the name here just to make sure that I do not accidentally start working with the wrong page. Alright, so this is going to load up. I'm going to publish this. Alright, that'll take just a moment, especially as large as the page is. It takes just a moment there. As soon as that is done, I'm going to go back here to all the pages. So basically I made a copy of it, so in case I mess up on my live version, I can go in there and recapture whatever I want to recapture here with this. Alright, that's loading up right there. Alright, very good. I would do the same thing with the About Us, just clone it, change the name, so you know for sure, what's the live one, what's the copy. You can make a temp, you can make a copy, whatever you want to rename it. It's totally up to you. Alright, so I'm going into our live homepage right here. And if you want, you can basically use the layout here, change the image, change the verbiage. You're good to go. I'll show you a few things though in here as to how this works, so you'll have a little bit of an idea. And again, I can't emphasize enough to just look at lots of pages, load up some different demos, and look at what they're doing. Look at the demos. If you find a page that they like, well, go and see how they built that. Okay, so here we've got some containers, everything from full width all the way down to 5/6. And basically you can see here we've got a full container, and inside of that we've got a 1/2 here, 1/2 here. Of course, remember from the website, over here is the website. Over here is the image, and over here we have the who we are, we have the line, we have the tagline below that, and then here we have another full width container. We've got inside of that 2 containers, half and half, right and left, and just have fake text in there. So if you want to go in here and change this, you could, of course, there's settings here with the full width container that you could change. You can also go into this with the 1/2. I'm going to go into there. And you see with this, I'm going to scroll down, that there's a background image. That's how we've got this image, and it goes all the way over to the side. It comes halfway here in the middle. It is a background image with nothing on top of it. And then you see we have the who are we, separator line, tagline. And let me show you that. You can just easily just go right in here, see how they've done this. You can see how the container is set up. Then inside of that there are 1, 2, 3 objects. We have the first one I'm going to open up. This is just text, and it's got who are we, and you'll notice that it is a H1 heading. You want to make sure you've got the H1 heading there for your SEO. It's just left aligned. You could center align this, do whatever you want. Right align, you can make a different color, just whatever you want. Cancel. Alright, so now we've got a separator here, and we can go right in here and edit this. Alright, so single border solid, no top margin, bottom margin is 30, that gives some separation. This is the color, and it's got the separator width, so it's 170, so it only goes across part way instead of all the way across. That's a little design feature. And class is separator dash left, that puts it on the left hand side, and so that's how they did that. Alright, and then same thing here. It's just a text, going to be another text box, and it's just got information. It's just got the text there. Again, you can do whatever you want to with it. This is an H3 tag for that. Alright, so then you've got another full container, 2 text blocks inside of that. Again, we'll look at our website. Image, 3 text blocks stacked right here. Another full container, 2 text blocks, right and left. That's how we've got it. Alright, so you can basically look at this right here, and we have another text block, separator, text block, and we can go and see what we have there. Alright, so here we are. Got a full width container, text block, just like above. We've got a separator. The styling is a little bit differently. You can go in there and check that out. Now notice with this text, the center block is 2/3, and on either side is a block that's 1/6. Now this is just an easy way to have this centered and to have a little space on both sides of it. Right here. So instead of going all the way across the page here, it just comes in this 2/3 area. So you can see how this was built, and it gives you some ideas of some really easy ways to do that. Alright, so there's a separator right there, which it's nothing showing there, it's just giving some space. It's all that it is. And then from this we use the recent works, which what it does, it allows you to automatically bring in images in a grid layout, and the categories you set here with that, and you can select how many you want to be brought in, and it automatically just does that for you right there. We'll go in here real quickly and look at the settings. Grid layout, picture size is automatic. Grid without excerpts layout is boxed. Not to show the filters, what's bringing them in there, how many columns, your pixel for your column spacing, the categories that it is to grab these from, and you could also instead of setting this, you could set all here and use all here, and then just exclude some. Alright. Number of posts, we're going to put 6 there, so that'll be 2 rows of 3. And excerpt length, if we were to put an excerpt, would be 35. And whether it's to strip the HTML, is usually a good idea to do that. And carousel layout, title on rollover. So when you roll over, the title is shown, and we see that right there, and that's not showing anything. So we don't have that on the setup there. All right. And so you can go down there and see the other settings, speed of animation, offset, etc., like that. Okay. And here we have now another full container below that, and all we've got in there is a button. That's going to give us a call to action. So scroll down, say View All Destinations. So that's a button that's put in there. That's all by itself. And we're now ready to go down to the next thing. And we go again, another full width container. And this time we're going to, excuse me one second. You can set you've got the settings you can do here for the container. Come down here and hover. Then appears your options for the element. Click Edit. And we can go down through here and we can set the testimonials. For example, this is testimonial 1 and name, avatar, etc. You can go down and make all the settings, put the testimonial in, and this creates a nice little slider for testimonials. I'll also show you real quick while I'm here. The clone element is very handy. If you set up an whether it be a container, you can do it here. Whether it be an element, you can do it here. You can clone it. So with one click, makes a copy. If you want to keep all the same settings, that's great. Maybe change the text a little bit. It's really, really much faster. Of course, you can delete. So, for example, if you're going down through here, you're looking at the home page and you say, okay, I want all this, but I don't want this at the bottom. I don't want the travel blog thing. So you just come right down here to the bottom of the layout. And we've got all this right here, full width container, all of this. And so I'm just going to go here and I'm going to delete all of these. And lastly, the full width container, and boom, we're done. And then just come right up here. We update. And then after that's done, you can just reload and you'd see that this isn't there any longer. The page stops right here with the with testimonials. All right, so that is really a quick tutorial. We'll show you some more as we go about how to make some of these changes, and of course we're going to show you how to set up the contact page here in just a bit. So you can do your home page. You can come up here. You can do your About Us page, and you can go to the Fusion slider, get a different image, or use the same one if you want, and remove your button. And you'll notice with the About Us page, there's not a button there. So when you get to that part of Fusion slider, just leave it blank. Nothing will appear. So that's won't be a problem there. Just go down through your page. See how it's got the image on this side. It's got basically the same setup. You'll see how to do the little list here with the little stars. And I've got a different setup here with that. So you'll see how to do all that. It's pretty cool stuff here. Alright, so I'm going to pause for right now. You can work on your home page, your About Us, and we're going to be back in just a moment, and we're going to work on the contact page. Alright, this is Alan Mcnab with imagebuildingmedia.com back with you, and we are going to do the contact page. Now there's a couple of things that we need to do. First thing we are going to do is set up the contact form. So we're going to go contact forms. And let's just take a look at this one right here. Alright, so we have name, email, message, and submit. Alright, so I'm going to change this around just a little bit. Name, space, and just put a star there. People know what that means nowadays. And instead of your dash name, I'm just going to have name. I'm going to have email here, and have a little star. The BR at the end of that is break. Alright, and instead of the code being your dash email, I'm just going to make it email, and then message, and I'm not going to have that required. I put message right there. I'm going to add phone right there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this right here, paste it in there. I'm going to put phone, and I'm not going to make that required. Alright, and I'm going to come down right here, going to so we're going to put here just a default value, click use that as placeholder, and I'm going to insert tag. It's going to give us the code right here. So here's the code we're going to place right here. Alright. Okay, so now we this is what the front of the form is going to look like. It's going to have name, star, and then it's going to on the next line it's going to have a box to fill out, and then email, star, phone, message, and then send. I'm just going to put send right there. Alright, now so this is going to this is the sending information of the email that's going to be sent. So this right here is you at your domain.com. Okay, that's your email address. That's the email address it's going to go to. All right. Now it's going to come from. You can put something in this. This will be your email address from your website, admin at your domain.com. Alright, so I know this can be a little confusing. This will be your email address that it's going to. It can be gmail.com. Any good email address, doesn't matter. It can be you at gmail.com. The from, this is what it's sending from. Now this needs to be your domain. This is this website, innerpeacetherapy.online, and so it needs to be this domain. And the reason for that is so it's less likely to be flagged as spam. So that's admin at innerpeacetherapy.online. The subject, and what I do here with the typically we'll do here with this subject, I would say something like from okay, so to be from innerpeacetherapy.online, and then the subject that the user put in there. So to have both of them, the bracket, subject bracket, you'll see that in a few minutes when we save that, you'll see that these codes come up here. All right, reply to, and this is what you're going to if you hit reply to the email that you receive from the website, it will reply to the person. Before we go any further, I'm just going to save this right here so you can see some of the changes that are being made. All right. So the email from the website is going to be sent to you@gmail.com. You can have a comma there and have additional email addresses if you would like. The email is being sent from the website. The sending address is admin at your website URL, innerpeacetherapy.online for this website. Of course, it's whatever. Remember, we set this up in the cPanel. You could set up your whatever email. This just needs to be one of those email addresses. The subject line when the email comes from innerpeacetherapy.online, and then colon space, and then the if we had a subject here that we had them put in, we could put that there, but we do not. See, we had them put in name, email, telephone, message, so there is no subject right there. So a subject from innerpeacetherapy.online website. So when it comes into you, you know it's coming from the website. I'll reply to, got email right there. Now this is the what's going to come into your email. All right, so it's going to be from colon, and then the name that they put in, email. This will be the email address that they put in. It's not going to be a subject, but there's going to be phone, and there's going to be a message. All right, so let me grab for phone right here. It's tel 55. I'm going to paste that right there. And the message, I go and put that all the way down a separate line because it could be multiple lines. All right. We should be good there. Generally, the messages there are all default, are all good to go. And we don't have any additional settings for this one. All right, so let's check real quick. The form on the front end, name, email, phone, message, and then the button says send. And the email message sent to you@gmail.com from admin at your website URL, from, put in some subject there that be relevant to you to pick that up. If you hit reply from the email you receive from the website, it goes to the email address from the sender here. And then we've got this coding. All right. So we're going to save that. Okay, so this right here is a short code. There's a couple of places to grab it. Just grabbed it right there. You can also grab it. If you just go to contact here, the screen that it gives you. You can grab it there also. All right, so now we're going to work on our contact page. Remember that our other pages had the Fusion slider, and I'm going to add the Fusion slider to the About page so that it does not come up with this contact situation right here. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go down to Fusion slider. I'm going to add or edit sliders, the second selection there. And this is going to be contact. Oh, I'm going to show you something else. Sorry about that. Let me go back to sliders for 1 second. I want to make this easier on you so you don't have to worry about the settings there. I want to click clone right there. I hovered over about. I clicked on clone. Alright, so I'm going to edit about. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to put contact right here. And I'm going to delete the short code so that instead of having about-2, the website's going to put something else there. And I'm just going to go back down through here. I'm just looking very quickly, and all the settings with the slider for the about page are going to be applied here. I'm going to update that. Alright. Now I'm going to go to Fusion Slider. This time I'm going to add or edit slides. And I'm going to make a slide for the contact slider. Alright, so I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to take hover over about. I want to click on clone because I want to use the same settings for the contact slider, same as for the about. So I click on the about slide. And I'm going to rename this. It just saves time from having to go and figure out all these settings. I'm going to change this to contact. And the permalink, I'm going to just delete that right there and say OK, and WordPress will set a new permalink. See, it says contact now. Alright, going to use an image. Yes. Let's pick something different. Set featured image. Alright, let's see the size of this right here. And that size will be about the size of what we're dealing with. Set featured image. Alright, so right here, this is the heading area. Instead of about us, I'm just going to have contact us. Oops, all caps. Alright, and all these settings are all good. Now for the caption area, you can put in anything you want. Please contact us with your feedback and any questions you may have. Alright, and of course we're not going to have a button here, so just leave that blank. Now this is going to be for the contact slider, so I check that right there and update. Alright. Now that finishes updating, and we go now to pages because now we want to edit the contact page. And we go to contact. Alright, and after that's loaded in, we will scroll down and check out the settings. Alright, so we've got sliders here. The position is default. Fusion slider is going to be on the contact page. The type of slider is a Fusion slider. and that should be okay. Now let's just double check here. Let me update that, and let's see if just to make sure all of this came out good with our contact page. Alright, so we go to our contact page and we reload now. Alright, oh, so we've got a couple there, so I've got a little issue there. I'll straighten up. Alright, so we've got the contact us, and we have the little tagline right there, and I've got a little issue. Right there, which let me go and deal with that really quick here. All right, and we are going to go here to page title bar. And page title bar, we are going to hide that, and we're not going to show any of the text, and that should take care of us. Let's double check here. We're going to go on up, we're going to update again, and as soon as that gets done, we are going to reload. Ought to be wrapping up here soon. We'll reload in just a moment. Runs a little bit slow. There you go. We're going to reload now here. Runs a little slow because I'm recording a high quality video at the same time. Alright, so there we go, and there is the information we put in. Alright, so let's format this page. I'm going to double check here and just look how this contact us came through here. I'll pause you for 1 sec. Okay, very good. Alright, so now I'll show you how to build a page, and I will use the Fusion Page Builder so you can see that. Alright, so I want to click Fusion Page Builder. And the first thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to get in a full width container, and I'm going to bring it down there. And I am going, if you wanted to have a text area above everything, you could just put in a text element there. I'm going to click on Builder Elements. Now, if you, as I was saying, you could put a text block, just drag it right down there. And if you wanted to put text at the very top, above the contact page, etc., you could do that, and you could just type whatever you wanted here. You could format it however you wanted. And I'm going to center this right here. Maybe at the top of this here, I'll put, well, I've already got contact us above and the other thing, so I'm not going to put that. Alright, just put this right here like this, and then I'm going to save. Alright, now the next thing I'm going to do, I am going to use our column options, and I'm going to put a half and put a half. Now right here in this left hand side, I'm going to put I'll click Builder Elements. I want to put a text block so that I can put in the contact information and contact form. And then right here, I'm going to put in a Google map. Just take it, drag it right there. All right. So let's put in let's edit this text box right here. And right in here, I'm going to put the company name. And then below that, I'm going to put address line. I'm going to not put in a new paragraph, just a line break. So Shift Enter for PC. Another address line. Again, Shift Enter to get a line break. And then phone number. I'm going to hit Enter to get a new paragraph. And then I'm going to paste in that short code. There it is. And it goes right there. All right, I'm going to one more thing. I want to make the company name H1 tag. H1 tag. When we put in the Fusion slider, it does not put an H1 tag in, so you need to make sure that you do that for SEO purposes. All right, so we're going to save that right there. Now with the Google map, I'm going to hover here. We get our options. I click edit right there. All right, so we want a roadmap 100%. The map height that we're going to use, 606, and the zoom level, 12. Everything else by default is good. The address, Tampa, Florida. That's where I'm at. Save that. All right, update the page. And as soon as that is done, it'll be just a minute now. All right, and we're going to reload this page. All right, we scroll down. There's a company name, address, etc. I'll show you about the Google map in just a second. And make sure you test your form by filling out these blanks and click send. Then check the email address that you had this go to, and you should receive that. Also remember that in your back end Flamingo, a copy will be stored there if you want to check that. All right, now the Google Maps, let me show you about that. We're going to go over here to Avada. We're going to go down to Theme Options. And we're going to scroll down to short codes. Short codes styling. Alrighty, and we're going to go to the Google map. Hang on one second, let me check this out. All right, sorry about that. This is a new option that's just been added, and it's not in shortcodes. It is in contact form and Google Map right there. Alright, so there's some basic settings here. This is the where you put your Google API. And to get your Google API, just follow the doc right here. All you need is a Google account. And once you have your Google account, you just log in. You just log in there, and you click to get a key. All right, and so what you would do is simply you have to create a project, and then you are just able to go on and get a key very easily. And I'll do a video for you here soon about that. We don't have a Google account yet for this the website we're working on right now. But follow the instructions, just get that very easily. Let me show you what it'll look like. Here's another project we're working on. This is on a development site. This is for a pain management company, and you can see here very much the same setup, and also the map. And made the height of the map so that they come out about together there. Also got Captcha added there for the contact form. And perhaps we'll show you how to do that in an upcoming video. Also, again, just need a Google account to get your recapture information there, and put it into the website, and just make a few other changes. So it's a pretty cool thing to do. All right, so let's get back over here really quick to our website. So basically, we've got a simple but very nice, very professional looking website. We've got 3 pages there. And you can just do whatever you want, and very easy to make the changes you want there with that. And also, we're going to be adding a little e-commerce to this website, so we'll continue to create some videos with this to show you how to do that. We thought this would be a great website to do it because it's not very complex, and just a very good small business website to get have a great looking website, and to do so very quickly. Alright, so look forward to seeing you back with some other tutorials. Again, I'm Alan Mcnab with ImageBuildingMedia.com. Thanks for being with us.